Welcome to the It Factor. We're Jimmy and Nye, exploring a new blog post by Mr. Len Kaplan, CEO of CDML, a managed service provider in Queens, NY, offering network management, voice over IP, unified communications as a service, cybersecurity, compliance, infrastructure as a service, cloud solutions, and Microsoft 365 and Azure solutions. If you're a small business owner or manage IT for a growing organization, this episode is for you.
Yeah, and to really set the stage for this one, I want you to imagine you're a hacker.
Oh, okay, playing the bad guy today. I like it.
Right. So you want to breach this mid-sized logistics company, but they have spent, tens of thousands of dollars on enterprise-grade firewalls.
So the front door is completely locked down.
Exactly. The digital armor is solid. So instead of spending months trying to hack through that, you just go online, drop maybe $50 with a data broker, and you buy the daily walking route of their chief financial officer.
Wait, just like that? $50?
Yep. And now you know exactly when she leaves her house, what coffee shop she hits at 7:30 a.m., and the precise second she connects her phone to some unsecured public Wi-Fi.
Wow, which totally bypasses that $1 million firewall because the vulnerability isn't in the server room anymore. It's literally sitting right in her pocket.
Exactly. It's terrifyingly simple.
And that scenario is exactly the mission of our deep dive today. We're looking at a really fascinating article by Len Kaplan titled, "When Location Data Becomes a Security Threat." We're going to figure out how those innocent little location pings from our devices have become this massive backdoor threat.
Yeah, and most importantly, how to actually plug those leaks.
Right. And hey, if you find this deep dive helpful as we go along, please just click that thumbs up button. It really helps. So getting into it, we all know apps track us, right? Like for the weather or maps. But Kaplan asks, who else is buying this data?
Well, that's the invisible secondary market. We think it's a one-to-one trade, right? I get the forecast, you get my location. But these developers embed third-party tracking codes specifically to harvest and sell that data.
And to show how weaponized this gets, Kaplan brings up a really chilling case study.
Yeah, the military example. So it was recently reported that Iran allegedly tracked United States military personnel and contractors over in the Middle East.
Which my mind immediately jumps to, like, state-sponsored server hacks or intercepting classified satellites,
Right. But it wasn't any of that. They didn't hack a single individual phone. They just exploited standard telecommunications weaknesses and bought off-the-shelf advertising data.
Wait, really? So it's basically like leaving a breadcrumb trail for a bakery, but a wolf buys the map?
That is a perfect way to put it, yeah. The exact same data marketing companies used to serve you shoe ads was repurposed for military surveillance.
That is wild. But okay, let me push back a little here. That's the military. Why should a local small business care? I mean, a local dental clinic isn't exactly a high-value intelligence target.
Sure, but the collection mechanism, it doesn't care if you're a soldier or a warehouse manager. Organizations like Citizen Lab and the FTC, they're sounding the alarm because data brokers turn everyday advertising data into actual surveillance tools.
So data collected for ads is basically just surveillance data with a better PR team.
Exactly. It reveals healthcare visits, home addresses, everything. And for a small business, when you aggregate that location data, you create a massive vulnerability profile.
Which brings us to the specific risks for our listeners. Because it's not just a dot on a map. It's a published schedule of your vulnerabilities.
Yes. Think about what a month of tracking shows. It shows where the boss lives. It shows the exact hours the office is completely empty.
Oh, or like which specific employee makes the cash runs to the bank on Fridays.
Right. Or who holds the keys to the server room. Criminals use this highly specific context for social engineering.
Because generic phishing emails like, "Dear sir, pay this invoice," we all know those are scams now.
We spot them a mile away. But what if the criminal buys the CEO's location data? They watch the daily pings, and they see the CEO is at an international airport, clearly boarding a flight.
Oh no. So they know the boss is going to be in the air, totally unreachable for the next 6 hours.
Exactly. That is their window. They impersonate the executive, email the finance manager, and say, "I'm boarding, reception is terrible, wire this money right now, or we lose the contract."
And the employee probably knew the boss was flying out. The location context makes the lie so believable.
The psychology is incredibly effective. And here is the biggest blind spot. Len Kaplan mentions personal devices.
Oh, right. Because I can spend my entire IT budget locking down the company network, but it does absolutely nothing to stop an employee's personal smartphone from leaking our operational schedule.
Nothing at all. Firewalls don't protect personal phones loaded with weather apps and flashlight apps that harvest location data 24/7.
That is a massive weak link. And just a quick note for you listening, if you want to stay ahead of invisible threats like this, CDML actually publishes brand new blog posts every Tuesday and Thursday, so definitely keep an eye on those.
Highly recommend checking those out.
But okay, we are properly spooked now. How do we fix this without throwing our smartphones into the ocean? I can't legally confiscate my team's personal phones.
No, you don't need to do that. Kaplan lays out some really straightforward advice. First, change app settings to allow only while using the app.
Right, so the Map app only tracks you when you're actively driving, not while your phone is sitting in your pocket during a confidential meeting.
Exactly. Second step, stop posting real-time travel updates on social media.
Yes, the classic waiting at JFK for my flight post. Just wait until you get home to post the photos, people.
You're just doing the data broker's job for them. And third, you have to train employees to spot targeted impersonation. If an urgent financial request comes in, they must verify it with a phone call, no matter what.
Even if the email says, "Don't call me."
Especially if it says that. Now, beyond behavioral changes, CDML provides enterprise-level solutions to actually enforce this.
Yeah, let's talk about the tech. Kaplan mentions mobile device management, or MDM. How does that work without feeling like Big Brother spyware on an employee's personal phone?
It's actually a really elegant solution. Modern MDM essentially separates the phone into two secure profiles. You have the personal profile with all their photos and social media, which the company cannot see or touch at all.
Okay, so their private life stays private.
Exactly. But alongside it, you deploy a company profile, and the business manages that space. They can restrict unapproved apps from being installed there, and if the phone is lost, they can remotely wipe the company data without deleting the employee's personal photos.
That is brilliant. It creates an ironclad safe zone. The article also mentions business VPNs, or virtual private networks. Now, most people just use consumer VPNs to stream shows from other countries. How does a business VPN protect a company?
Well, think about a traveling employee on public Wi-Fi at a coffee shop. That network is completely untrusted. Anyone there can intercept unencrypted data.
Right out of the air.
A business VPN creates a secure, encrypted tunnel between that device and your company's network. So even on public Wi-Fi, outside networks can't see what's happening.
So it hides your internet traffic. But just to be clear, that doesn't physically turn off the GPS chip in the phone, right?
Correct. The VPN protects the data in transit. You still need MDM and those app permission changes to stop the actual location harvesting.
It's all about layered defense. So as we wrap this up, how do we synthesize Lynn Kaplan's final thought here?
Kaplan's main point is that location privacy is not just a consumer issue anymore. It's not just about annoying targeted ads. It belongs in the exact same conversation as your cybersecurity and your physical safety.
You can't stop all data, but you can control what you trust.
Exactly. You can manage your exposure.
I love that. And I want to leave you with a final unscripted question to ponder today. Think about the smartphone sitting in your pocket right now. If a total stranger got a hold of its location history from just the last 48 hours, what would they know about your business routines, your priorities, and your vulnerabilities?
It is a sobering thought. And if you don't like the answer, visit cdml.com, subscribe to their blog, and contact CDML to review your mobile device policies before that location data falls into the wrong hands.
We're Jemmy and I. Thanks for listening. Till next time.